Okay, let's jump right in. Today, we're doing a deep dive into growth hacking.
Yeah, it's a fascinating area.
Absolutely. So if you're looking for ways to, really engineer rapid growth for your business, not just small steps,
Right.
then our sources today offer, well, a pretty interesting roadmap. We're digging into how businesses actually survive, adapt, and scale up fast.
And uncovering the principles behind it all.
Exactly. What makes these tactics actually work?
Well, what's really interesting, I think, is how growth hacking is more than just like a trendy term.
Mm-hmm.
The sources really describe it as a system, almost like a science, constant experimentation.
It's science of growth.
Sort of, yeah. It's about finding and then exploiting the absolute best, often cheapest ways to grow your customer base
Yeah.
and boost revenue, obviously.
So it's this cycle: hypothesis, test, analyze the data, repeat.
Exactly. A creative, iterative loop, all aimed at unlocking that rapid growth.
That's a really key distinction. And it's not just a marketing thing, right?
Oh, definitely not. It pulls from all over the place. Marketing, sure, but also development, design, engineering, data science.
So a truly multidisciplinary approach.
That's it, all focused on growth.
Okay, so let's explore some of the building blocks and maybe some specific hacks that come from this philosophy.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Well, how about right at the beginning? Capturing attention, getting that first connection. Our sources really highlight email, actually.
They do. And there are some pretty clever ways mentioned to leverage email, starting with something really simple but surprisingly effective, the email signature hack.
Okay, tell me about that.
It's basically turning every single email you send out into a kind of mini advertisement.
How so?
Well, you put your name, your company, obviously, but also your USP, your unique selling point.
Ah, what makes you different?
Exactly. And then a hyperlinked image, maybe personalized, right there in the signature.
So every email reinforces the brand and the core message.
Yeah, it's consistent visibility with like almost no extra effort.
And the sources suggest taking that idea further, right? Putting those hyperlinked images on social media profiles too.
Right, extending that consistent branding.
But the big question for a lot of businesses, I think, is how do you even get those emails in the first place?
Yeah, list building.
How do you turn someone just browsing your site into an actual lead?
That's a crucial point for online conversion, definitely. One really effective strategy mentioned is the exit intent pop-up.
Ah, those things that pop up just as you're about to leave a site.
Exactly. It gives you one last shot, to grab their details before they vanish.
And there are tools for that.
Yeah, things like Thrive Leads for WordPress are mentioned as examples that can handle that pretty smoothly.
Okay. What else for building that list?
Another big one is lead magnets. This is really fundamental.
Right, offering something valuable.
Immense value, ideally. The idea isn't just getting an email. It's about giving something genuinely useful up front.
Like what? An ebook? A checklist?
Exactly. An ebook, a template, an exclusive guide, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Something people actually want in exchange for their email, maybe some other data too.
Our greenfish is mentioned as doing this well.
Yeah. And once you have those emails, then you nurture them. Newsletters, articles, event invites.
So it's strategic. Give value, get value. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've attracted some leads. Now the crucial part, turning them into paying customers. What strategies do the sources highlight for boosting sales directly, improving conversion rates?
Okay, so one powerful technique, maybe a bit underused sometimes, is the money-back guarantee.
Right. Offering a refund if they're not happy.
Exactly. Like Philips doing a 30-day money-back offer. It's not just good customer service, though. It's actually psychological.
How so?
Well, two things. One, it obviously lowers the risk for the customer.
Yeah.
Makes it easier to say yes.
Sure. Takes the fear out of it.
But maybe even more importantly, it signals your confidence in the product. Big time.
Ah, right. If you're willing to guarantee it, it must be good.
Exactly. It subtly boosts perceived value and trust.
Yeah.
Even before they buy. And the data shows return rates are usually pretty low.
Like what kind of numbers?
Often between, say, 1% and 10%. So the extra sales you get from offering the guarantee usually far outweigh the cost of the returns.
But you have to track it, right?
Oh, absolutely crucial. You must track your conversion rates before and after you implement it. Make sure it actually works for your business.
That's a great insight into trust. What about other psychological triggers? Like urgency or social proof? Getting people to act now.
That's where things like someone recently bought notifications come in.
Yeah.
Very effective.
We see those everywhere, especially on booking sites.
Exactly. The source mentions Agoda, for example, showing alerts like, popular, last booked a few minutes ago.
Yeah, that definitely makes you feel like you need to hurry.
Creates that urgency and social proof all at once. It suggests, scarcity and popularity, nudges people to act fast before they miss out.
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Basically, yeah. And you can adapt it too. For content downloads, maybe change it to someone recently downloaded.
Those notifications are incredibly common now you mention it. They really do tap into something primal.
They do.
What other strategies leverage these human impulses so well, according to the sources?
Then time bomb. Or, a countdown timer.
Ah, the limited time offer.
Precisely. It puts pressure on users, creates a real, tangible sense of urgency.
But there's a trick to it.
Well, the source emphasizes setting a reasonable time frame. That's key.
What do you mean?
Too short, and people just get annoyed. They can't react in time. Too long, and the urgency just fizzles out. It's useless.
So it's a balancing act.
A delicate balance, yeah.
Yeah.
Mastering the timing is almost as important as the offer itself.
And speaking of offers, what about the incentives themselves? What are some of the most common or successful ones mentioned?
Well, the classics are classics for a reason. Offering free trials, using freemium models, or just straight-up discounts.
Like YouTube Premium's free month.
Exactly like that. These are consistently cited as super effective for driving that initial demand.
Get people in the door.
Right. Make an offer they can't easily refuse, but the deeper insight often lies in converting those trial users to paid customers.
How so?
It often comes down to how good your onboarding is and how well you show the value during the trial, not just the initial hook.
And you need to weave that offer into your product descriptions naturally.
Seamlessly, yeah. It needs to feel like part of the core value proposition.
Okay, that ties nicely into pricing psychology. Do the sources mention any hacks for influencing decisions through how you structure prices?
Absolutely. Decoy pricing, or sometimes called price anchoring, is a brilliant one.
Okay, explain decoy pricing.
Right. Imagine you're selling drinks. A small is, say, $49, and a large is $89.
Okay. The large seems quite a jump.
Exactly. A lot of people might just go for the small. But now, what if you add a medium option for $79?
So small, $49, medium, $79, large, $89.
Yeah. Suddenly that large at $89 looks like a much better deal, doesn't it?
Wow, yeah. It's only $10 more than the medium for a lot more drink.
Precisely. The medium $79 option is the decoy. Its main purpose is to make the large $89 option look way more attractive by comparison.
Boost Juice Bar is mentioned using something like this.
Yeah, a similar strategy. It subtly guides customers towards the largest size, making it seem like the best value. You're manipulating perception to steer choice.
That is brilliant psychology. Just reframing it changes everything.
It's powerful stuff.
So, okay, you've used these tactics, you've got the customer. How do you keep them? Ensure they stick around after that first sale. Retention is key.
Absolutely vital. And customer onboarding through screencasts is highlighted here.
Video tutorials, basically.
Yeah, but concise, focused ones. Guiding customers step by step on how to actually use your product or service effectively right from the get-go.
So it's not just teaching features.
No, it's about making them feel comfortable, empowered, reducing that initial friction, making it easy to adopt.
And the tools for this aren't necessarily expensive.
Not at all. The sources mention things like Audacity for audio, which is free, and Screencast-O-Matic for screen recording, often free or low-cost ways to do it.
So step one for retention. Make sure they actually succeed with your product early on.
Yes.
And if they do succeed and they love it, how do you get them talking? Spreading the word.
Referral marketing. That's the classic answer.
But there's a deeper insight.
Yes. The real power, according to the sources, comes from leveraging social trust.
Meaning a friend recommending something is way more powerful than an ad.
Infinitely more powerful. A personal recommendation just carries more weight.
And there's a best time to ask for that referral.
Definitely. Right after a purchase, ideally, or right after they've had a really positive experience. When their delight, their satisfaction is at its peak.
Makes sense. Strike while the iron is hot.
Exactly. And the sources stress the referral program needs to be genuinely good for both people.
The person referring and the person being referred?
Yes. Clear incentives for both sides. Happy Fresh is mentioned as doing this well. You need to offer something worthwhile to both parties.
And track it, presumably.
Oh, absolutely. Track your referral stats. See what works. Continuously tweak the program based on what actually motivates your customers.
Good point about motivating both sides and catching that moment of delight. What about just measuring happiness? How do you know if customers are actually satisfied?
Just for satisfaction surveys are pretty essential for that.
Like sending out questionnaires.
Yeah, using tools like SurveyMonkey, maybe. Keep them short, though. 3 or 4 key questions is often enough.
And just sending them to customers.
Send them out, gather that crucial feedback, but also consider sharing the overall results anonymously, of course, maybe on your blog.
Why do that?
It can generate a lot of shares, comments.
Okay.
It makes customers feel like they're being heard, like they're part of a community, builds engagement.
And when customers are happy, you definitely want to show that off, right?
Oh, for sure. Authentic satisfaction is gold.
How do you capture that?
Customer testimonial videos are incredibly powerful because they feel real.
So interview happy customers.
Yeah. Ask them how your product solved their specific problem. What did they use before? Why did they choose you over the competition?
Case Aligner's short videos are mentioned as a good example.
Right. Keep them focused.
Yeah.
Beyond videos, just displaying customer reviews prominently on your homepage is huge.
Social proof again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're just starting out, don't have many customers yet.
Yeah. What then?
A clever little hack is mentioned. Offer your product or service for free to some early users, maybe friends or beta testers,
In exchange for what?
in exchange for honest feedback and, crucially, those first few testimonials to get the ball rolling.
That's a smart way to build that initial social proof. Okay, now, what if, despite all this, a customer decides to leave, cancel their subscription or service?
Yeah, churn happens.
Is there anything you can do right at that moment, a way to win them back?
Absolutely. That's where win-back campaigns come in.
Okay, what do those involve?
The sources suggest a few tactics. Maybe offer a discount right there on the cancellation page the moment they click cancel.
Intercept them.
Right. Or even display a creative video, maybe something funny or personalized, on that page to make them pause and reconsider.
Make a last-ditch effort.
Exactly. A compelling offer.
Yeah.
Maybe deep personalization based on their usage. Something to entice them back before they actually complete the cancellation. It's about intervening at that critical point.
That's a clever pivot. We've talked a lot about engagement and content. Any specific hacks for making content more visual and shareable?
Yeah, 2 big ones are highlighted: educational videos and infographic marketing.
Okay, educational videos, like how-tos.
Exactly. Simple how-to content often works best. You can use screencasting tools again, or even just your phone nowadays.
And then what do you do with them?
Embed them in blog posts, definitely, and actively promote them to your email list. Make sure people see them.
And infographics.
Right. For infographics, the source suggests using tools like Bazumo first to see what topics are already popular and trending in your niche.
Find out what people are already interested in.
Precisely. Then use a design tool, maybe Canva, which is mentioned as being user-friendly, to create something visually appealing.
Packed with stats and data.
Yeah, interesting statistics usually work well. And then the crucial step is strategic outreach.
Meaning?
Reach out to influencers, bloggers, websites that typically share that kind of content. Get them to share your infographic to amplify its reach.
So make it easy to understand, visually nice, and easy for others to spread.
That's the core idea. Make it inherently shareable.
Okay, zooming out a bit. What about a broader strategy for just getting your brand name out there, being seen?
The sources call it being everywhere. It's about consistent presence.
How does that work in practice?
Well, first step is figuring out where your target audience actually hangs out online. Which social platforms, forums, niche sites do they genuinely use?
Do the research?
Right. Then establish a solid presence there. Create profiles, make sure they link back to your main website, and crucially, automate.
Automate posting.
Yeah. Use tools like MeetEdgar or Buffer, which are mentioned. They help streamline posting content consistently across multiple channels without you having to do it manually all the time.
So the more consistently visible you are where your audience is,
The more top of mind you become. Even before they realize they need your product or service, it builds familiarity and trust over time.
Okay. And when you're creating all this content, especially headlines, those are so important, is there a smart way to make sure they actually work?
Headline optimization. The sources say it's basically non-negotiable.
How do you optimize them effectively?
Use data. Tools like CoSchedule's Headline Analyzer are mentioned. They can give you data-driven feedback on how compelling your headline might be.
So you write a headline, run it through the tool.
Well, the core strategy is more about testing. Create at least, say, 3 different versions of a headline for a piece of content.
Okay, 3 options.
And then A/B test them rigorously. See which one actually performs best with your specific audience. Which gets more clicks, more engagement.
And this isn't a one-time thing.
Definitely not. It should be an ongoing process, part of your regular content strategy. Always be testing, always be refining headlines for maximum impact.
That's a really practical, continuous improvement tip. What about maybe more niche strategies or things that seem a bit counterintuitive?
Yeah, there are a couple of interesting ones in the sources. First, the little bighorn strategy.
Okay, intriguing name. What is it?
It's about knowing your main target market, the big prize. But instead of going straight for it,
You do it.
you strategically focus on conquering smaller, adjacent niches first, maybe less competitive ones.
Why do that?
The idea is to build up dominance, get a strong reputation, build a solid user base in these smaller ponds first.
Okay.
And then you use that momentum, that expertise, that established base to expand into your larger primary market. You build an unassailable beachhead first.
So dominate the small battles before tackling the big war.
Kind of, yeah. The second one is the 10x value method. This is more of a core principle, really.
10x value.
Yeah. The idea is your product or service should offer at least 10 times the value compared to its price.
10 times. That sounds like a lot.
It is. So if your product costs, say, $100, you need to be able to demonstrate that it saves the customer or provides them with, like, $1,000 in value.
How do you even measure that?
It requires really rigorous competitive research. You need to ensure you're not just a little bit better than your rivals, but overwhelmingly superior in terms of the value delivered for the price.
So go small first, then big, and always deliver way more value than you charge.
Those are two powerful strategic ideas, yes.
Any other really unique approaches that stood out in the material?
There's an interesting concept about hiding prices until more functionality is needed.
Hiding prices? How does that work?
Well, the idea is you get users to start using your product or service for free initially.
Get them hooked on the experience.
Exactly. Guide them through the basics, show them the core value, let them get comfortable. The pricing structure and maybe locking certain features only gets revealed later.
When?
When they reach a point where they actually need more advanced features or they need to use it at a larger scale.
So they're already invested in it before cost even becomes a factor.
Right. It hooks them on the value proposition first, delaying the price consideration.
That feels quite clever. Really focuses on the user experience up front.
Mm-hmm.
And once you do have that engaged user base, how do you keep them checking back for new updates, new features, that kind of thing?
Sending notifications for new activities is mentioned as absolutely key for that ongoing engagement.
Like push notifications.
Yeah, push alerts, maybe in-app notifications. Tools like onesignal.com are cited as examples.
What kind of notifications?
Alerting users about new content, maybe friend requests if it's a social platform, new messages, likes, things relevant to them.
Keep pulling them back in.
Exactly. Consistent, relevant prompts keep users engaged, bring them back actively to your platform, and help foster that sense of a vibrant community.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground today. From grabbing that first email.
Right. The signature hack, the pop-ups.
To converting customers with guarantees and urgency.
Pricing psychology.
All the way through to retention with onboarding, referrals, testimonials.
And even win-back campaigns.
Plus, content strategies like videos, infographics, being everywhere, optimizing headlines, and those big strategic plays like Little Bighorn and 10x value.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It really makes it clear that growth hacking isn't just, one magic trick.
No, definitely not.
It's more like a whole philosophy, isn't it? Built on all these smart, creative tactics, often backed by data.
And if you try and connect it all, the bigger picture really is about building this agile, experimental mindset in your company.
Always testing, always learning.
Exactly. And many of these strategies, they really benefit from MarTech tools, marketing technology.
Like HubSpot CRM, which was mentioned.
Right. Tools that integrate your marketing, sales, service data all in one place. It helps you see the whole picture.
So you need careful planning.
Careful planning, yes, but also a willingness to just try things, to test and iterate constantly, and the discipline to figure out what really works for your specific business.
It's not one size fits all.
Not at all. It's finding your own path to that exponential growth. It's like a marathon made up of lots of little sprints.
That's a great way to put it. And ultimately, it seems like it all comes back to really understanding your customer.
Deeply understanding them.
And just consistently providing value at every single point they interact with you, from that first email signature.
All the way to trying to win them back if they decide to leave.
Okay, so reflecting on everything we've discussed today, what's the one thing, if you had to pick one, that stands out to you as the most critical piece of advice for someone wanting to actually use these growth hacking ideas?